Tell us what we're going to be making today, sir.
All right, well, right now we're working on the special that we're currently running in MossFire Grill. It's kind of a southwestern take on a traditional Japanese tonkatsu. I'm making a garnish for it, which is going to be a simple Asian slaw. So I've got a little bit of white cabbage, some shredded tomatoes, or some shredded carrots, and some radicchio. So it's going to shred up the radicchio.
What is radicchio? Just for the people out there who aren't.
It's kind of a red cabbage.
Almost like a baby red cabbage. Or?
Yeah, pretty much. Nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a nice slice, get it good and thin, so it'll take the dressing, which is just a simple gastrique, which is just vinegar and sugar. Nice. And I've flavored this one with some ginger, some lime peel, some orange juice.
Use red wine vinegar?
Red wine vinegar and a little bit of red wine. Nice. And just go ahead and give it a simple toss. And what will happen is as this sits, I mean, it's already got the sweetness and the acidity in it from the vinegar, but because it is vinegar based, as it sits, it'll actually start to pickle these vegetables, so they'll get a little bit softer and they'll take on some of that flavor.
Who doesn't like pickled vegetables, right?
Yeah.
So good.
It makes a wonderful garnish. It's nice and pretty. Like I said, the flavor will develop a little bit more as it sits and takes on that ginger from the actual dressing.
So now that John's finished his slaw, we move from the prep area to the main kitchen. He's going to throw some fish down for the special that he's working on this week. John, tell us what you got cooking, baby.
All right, so what we did here is we just took Japanese breadcrumbs and panko crumbs and added some spice to it, some southwestern spice, kind of make it a MossFire thing. So we got some ancho and we got some chipotle. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to give it a quick pan fry, get it nice and crispy on the outside. Like I said, traditionally, tonkatsu is a Japanese dish done with a breaded pork cutlet and then almost kind of an Asian barbecue sauce. So that's what we're recreating, but we decided to make it MossFire by adding some Fireball whiskey, which is a cinnamon whiskey.
Yes, quite familiar with Fireball.
You're going to like this special then.
Nice, I can't wait. Right. And how's it served? So you're gonna pan fry the fish?
You're gonna pan fry the fish, and then we put the tonkatsu sauce on the actual plate. Put your fish on top of it, and it gets a nice garnish on top with a little bit of that Asian slaw and a little bit of lime. Served with rice or? Well, I mean, here
beans,
you get typically rice and beans, or potatoes and vegetables. It's all good stuff. So.
Nice. How long have you been cooking for MossFire?
10 years.
10 years, really?
10 years, yeah.
Since you started your culinary career?
Well, a few years into it. Yeah. I was 22 when I started here, and it's been a lot of fun. So.
What got you in the cooking world?
Honestly, I grew up in a little small town, and cooking was just one of the few jobs you could get when you're 16 years old. So
one of the ways out, I take it.
Right. So I started doing that, and then got out of it for a little while, did a few other things, and I've always loved it. So I came back to it.
Begs the bigger question: what brought you to Jacksonville?
I was actually born here. Then we moved away when I was a little kid, and it's just opportunity. I was moving out of Gainesville, and this was the closest city that I could get to, and I don't know, I've enjoyed it, so I've never left. All right, and give it a little bit of a flip, so it gets nice and pretty and brown on both sides.
Yeah, it's looking good. How long does a piece of fish like this typically take to cook up?
About 4 minutes typically. Yeah. I mean, anytime you fry and deboil it, you're heating it so fast.
Too long, sure.
So.
And how hot's your oil for people at home if they want to recreate the dish, or if they're frying something? So
I mean, it's just typical fry oil to be around 350 is plenty. Obviously, the higher it goes, the less you cook it. But
sure. The more chance you have of burning, so don't burn your food at home if you're recreating the dish.
So over here, this is the katsu sauce that I made.
Which is you said like an Asian barbecue sauce, or?
Yeah, it's a little bit spicy. It's got a whole. It's like most Asian cooking. It's got a whole bunch of different flavors in it. It's got some ginger. It's got some garlic. If you want to give it a taste.
Thank you, sir. It's good. Nice tang to it.
Got a little residual heat on the end. You can throw that down the bus top.
Thank you. That's from the ancho. You put ancho in there, or peppers you got in there?
Down has ancho. It has a little bit of chipotle puree, various other things. But it's the cinnamon really enhances heat in any dish you're going to use. So with the ginger and the cinnamon in there as well, it really brings out what little bit of heat there actually is.
It's got a nice light burn to it. Nothing that screams, but.
All right. So our fish is done. Go ahead and plate it right here in the middle of our katsu sauce.
Nice. That breading's just gonna soak up some of that sauce.
Oh, absolutely. And as I said, the breading itself has a kick to it. So there's more spice in there.
Spicy. That's the way I like it.
So we've got our katsu set up. Now we got to garnish it. You got to make it look pretty for people because everybody eats with their eyes, whether they realize it or not. So give it a little bit of lime because fish always needs just a little bit more citrus on there. A little bit of scallions in there for color, and then the slaw that we made earlier. Just get a nice little dot, just a little color, just a little bit of contrast for that savory fish.
Good.
And then we finish it off with a little piece of cilantro.
All right, so we got the katsu mahi. We're getting ready to dig into this. It looks delicious. It's got the slaw my man made earlier, a little bit of citrus on there, and let's go ahead and dig in. It's got great crunch to it. The sauce is banging. You get a little bit of the residual heat from the chilies. Like my man was saying, the cinnamon helps bring that out. This is fantastic, sir.
Well, I'm glad you like it. That's what we shoot for here.
I could eat that all day.
Yep.
Well played.